Don't worry. We'll get there soon enough. It's all right. Okay. Good morning. Let's see how this works. Exploring Visual Studio a bit more. Delete that. Excuse me, OBS. I was playing with OBS, not Visual Studio. I was looking at Visual Studio. Some of these. Oh, okay. Let's remove that filter. Sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup here. And the properties on that. No, is it the transform? I don't think I want to adjust the transform on that. If you're always having to adjust the transform, let's reset that to 0 and just put a filter on it. Pad top 54. It's more like a 30. Okay. We can adjust that. It's looking better. Okay. These things going. Firefox. Yep. Welcome back, Firefox. If fourths, if sixths. Fourths work. Back to studio. Okay. Yeah, and this one. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. System preferences. Let's see. Color. Can I just choose one? Hey. How are you? Good morning. Sliders. There we go. Is it still in the buffer? It is. Okay. I want that color. Oh, I set the color. Okay. Yes, I want that color. Custom color. I don't know where it put it. Clicked on colors. Oh, secondary desktop. Okay. I did that on the wrong desktop. Yes, that's what I want. Where's that color? Custom color. Drop it into those custom colors. I wish it would become one of those colors there. And then right here, we gotta make another change to Levo. Oh, Ario. I see. So I basically get that on every desktop. Let's adjust our filters. Yeah, and the color is just slightly different the way it picks it up there. See, how does this come across? Look at this quality on the source. It's not too bad. All right, I think we're about ready. Oh, and the other thing I've been working on this morning. I've been trying to fill in some cool new backgrounds. So, kind of working on this at the same time. So I want them to be larger, bigger, more incredible. Okay. And where were we? Did we get this whole file copied in? I don't remember if we did, and I wanted to check that. Okay, we had a little pop. Book. This one's okay. I don't really like the way that the far distance background and the near. I don't know. It just didn't work out. Looks a little weird for me. Just title. And local store. It's kind of interesting, but look, there's a little signature there on the bottom left. Let's undo that one. Come back around from the other side. Okay. And that's looking pretty good. Just keep going with that. Okay. So where we left off yesterday, what was that? There was a bit of a identity issues, like I was having concerns, I guess it was. And I'm still concerned that the screen's a little bit, maybe I should be doing like 60 frames a second instead of 32 or 30. So I'm just trying to, I'm looking at myself over there saying, hey, how's it look? It's a preview here. It looks okay. But if I do that, actually, I think I dropped some CPU usage. Yeah, I get gained back like 4% CPU or something. Okay. Well, where we left off, I was having my own little issues with this information here, right? The local store. I was like, why are we storing this in two places? Why not just one place? So I was thinking, we could absolutely just have that stored in one place. I don't know, maybe one's much more of a UI concern than the other? Not really sure how to split this up. I like the idea of having it all in one place. Filling in our little picture. I think this came out really nice, though. easy to use. Just toss data in there. But value ends up being rather... I mean, it's as strongly typed as we want it to be, right? Where were we using that? Let's close everything. Those others. And this here isn't a bad way of doing it. We get our type information here. Oh, it's a challenge. So how do we want that? I feel like just tossing it in Rust is a lot of work for a little gain too. Like what do we gain if we put it in Rust? Consistency. Everything's stored in the same place. What else? Local store is an in-memory store. It is a store in it's on disk. It's on disk, but it's managed by the browser component. So it's using I'll show you. Go into local store. It's actually using local storage, which is a browser provided API. So local storage has been around for a long time. It's fairly consistent. Like, it's easy to use. You basically store JSON inside of it. Some edge cases would be trying to identify if something was set to undefined versus is not set yet. So they're little tiny gotchas, but overall it's really, really nice. Managing like upgrades and types and stuff like that it's more or less the same, right? If you have something in local storage, and then you want to, change the way something works, you either change the key, right, and migrate from one value to another, one key to another, or you just treat some value as being potentially undefined. The new value. Let's say we added, I don't know, band channels, right? And that could be string or undefined. So if we were upgrading, let's just leave it. Let's leave it. Oh, how are we doing on this? Let's keep this going. I want to generate some more large images. It's kind of cool looking. All right. So where are we going? What are we going to do? We were working on... I have here 3. Okay, let's get down to 1 node. Log into Twitch. Authorize. Okay, we're working on this lovely piece of technology here. So this is Natter, our development version of Natter. unlike the version of Natter that we're working on right above us, right? So the last version, the last build is right here, and the development one's over here. Now, how do we want this to work? We need to be able to join the channel. So if somebody says, you know, that they've just logged in, they want to join, like Mr. Halsey, and because we have this little message that says, type a channel name above to join it. Oh, how about the first thing we say? If there are no options, so we don't say no options, right? I don't like no options. Was there an option to not show no options? Come there. Here. Variable class props. Loading config. Ooh, what's this? Oh, so you could have it above or below. That's neat. Hide empty state. Maybe. How's that hiding the empty state? Please select. Let's see what happens. So our little bar, here it is. Hide empty state. Okay, it does a little patch. Oh, brilliant. Okay, that's gone now. Now, we hit this join Mr. Halsey, and it doesn't do anything yet. And that's where we left off. So, what happens when we hit that button? When we select that join Mr. Halsey, go to handle command, right? And it's a channel command. And inside of the channel command, we look at the action. So are we switching channels or joining a channel? And here we have to tell Rust to join the channel. We also need to tell Rust not to join the first channel. How do we do that? We need to build a command in Tauri. Then we go to that channel. Just like before, just like this one. I want to extract out the switch. Switch channel. Stir. Oh no, I'm writing Rust code in JavaScript function. This is a async function, switch channel. I just started thinking about Rust and just went right to it. That'll be up there like that. So we come here and call switch channel. And we will pass command.value. Okay. we will do the same thing here. Okay. Just drying it up a little bit. What do we call this? Encoded name. Okay. Let's do that down here. In case it fails for some reason to go to that channel, we don't want to be in a bad state. Why not redirect the user to something like chat, Mr. Halsey, join, and manage there? Oh, interesting. In a dedicated page? I don't know. That's a good question. All it's going to do is fire off one little Rust command, right? Like, let's look at login. Do we have something in login? Here, oh, invoke. So really we just need to call invoke on a command and give it some data. So, I don't know, it just seems like a lot of infrastructure just to call that one command. And it's not, this isn't a REST interface, right? Like we're not, this is just more of a single page application. And I think the routes are nice for deep linking, but not necessarily for actions, if that makes sense, right? Like we should be able to navigate to a place in the UI for that, but not necessarily for performing actions. Unless it's a very complicated action, then it might be something we want to do. Let's wait. Invoke. What do we want to call this? Join channel. And then we give it some data. Channel name. Rust does not need it to be escaped, so I'm not going to escape it. Now we have to create this. Yeah, yesterday we spent like all day in JavaScript, and I missed doing stuff in Rust. I'm a little curious. Oh, interesting. Okay. How's the quality of the text? Is it easy to read or not? I want to try looking at this. It seems a little blurry. Is it blurry? I could try to bump up the let's see it. Scale filtering. Wonder if that helps at all. I think it does. Okay. We'll leave it. Okay. And let's do the same thing for the chat. Let's see, scale filtering. Let's do by cubic. There we go. Okay, so side project there. We'll get the little image generating. Okay. Now let's go into Rust. Need to go into main. Actually, you know what I could do? Let's keep going. I'll do that later. Goes away. I have to create one of these commands. Let's create. Oops, that thing reloaded. Tauri command function. Now, this could be an async function. It could be any number of things. Let's call it join channel. We do need an app handle for this because we need to get access to be able to send messages over to basically our Twitch code. I'm not sure how we're going to do this yet. Let's kind of figure it out. Okay. So there's that. So eventually we should be able to call that. Okay. Now let's go to Twitch. How do we give this a command? Let's say we want to connect to something. Or join a channel. Because right now, we connect, but we don't join a channel. I wonder, will Twitch, like, kick you off if you're not in a channel? If you're more or less idle? I hope not. Send user config, Twitch decoder encoder. Okay. When we get IRC ready, then we're able to join channels. And at the moment, we always join one channel. The one for the user. Too much strings in the morning. That's maybe if it was like a lower string, I'd be okay with that, but not. I'm not doing that. No. Let's go to the next song. Okay. We need a way to receive more than one thing here. So we need a channel, some way to send commands to this code so that it can await on both pieces, the Twitch decoder, basically the information coming from Twitch, or the information coming from the rest of the application. So we don't want to get to the point where we just sit there waiting for Twitch and then do something else once it's sent us something. So we have to wait on both pieces. We're using Tokyo. So let's set up a channel, a little MPSC channel. Okay. Yeah, we got these results that aren't being used. I know. Okay, so where's our channel? We will have to pass it in. What do we use the login for? Is that just... Oh, that's to connect. And there's channel. Oh, we hard-coded that? No wonder. Alright. I guess it worked well enough for me. Alright, let's keep going. Got Mr. Halsey here. What are we going to do with that? Get rid of that. Is joined. What do we do? So in this case, comment that out for a moment. I think this should become is ready. And we should set it up so that it throws an error if we try to join a channel before we're ready. Or maybe it collects the channels to join, etc. We'll figure it out. Okay. Now for our channel. Commands. What shall we call this? This is Tokyo sync MPSC. Is it receiver? And what do we want this to be? Probably some enum. It's not really... Well, we could try to use the event system. I don't think we want to do that, though. We need a channel. Because if we use the event system, there might be a moment where we're not listening and we miss something. Okay, so here, app commands, receiver. I don't know what to call this. We'll call this... Here, upgrade enum, which app commands join. That will be a string. Then at this point here, we'll create this Twitch app commands. We'll say command singular, and we'll tell it to do that. But we need a channel. Let's set up our channel first. Okay, here's main. Let Twitch command sender. Was it TXRX? That's TX. So let's do an unbound channel. It shouldn't be crazy. It needs to know the type information, doesn't it? Type annotations needed, yes. And this, we will be sending Twitch app commands. Okay. Now, where do we set up, where do we start the Twitch stuff? I think it's after login. Logged in. Oh, not there. Me loaded? Yes, it's in here. It's in me loaded. We do this twice. All right, we could listen for this. We could split this up. One of them does the 7TV stuff, and the other one does just the Twitch stuff. Okay, so where is this called? Handle me loaded. 7TV. IRC. Okay. This is really the 7TV version. And let's just copy paste this and build the IRC version. So all we need is this. So we need the login and the me handle. Okay. And let's delete that from here. I think that's what, a single line. Okay. Oh, and the 7TV stuff. We get a big fix me here. Fix me. Track emotes. Emote configs. Per joined channel. Because if you join Mr. Halsey, you want to get the emotes that are configured for Mr. Halsey. If you join Moscow Bish, you want Moscow Bish's emotes, right? And right now, we don't do any of that. So this needs to change. Okay. But here, now that we have this separate, we can pass something else in as well. And this will be the receiver. What do we call it? Twitch app. Let's see, Twitch app command receiver or something. What was it called? Twitch command receiver. Okay. Let's just pass that in. It's the other end of our channel. Go MPSC. No, sync MPSC. And this is Twitch app command. Okay. So we can pass that through. Twitch command receiver. That was a lot to type. I'm going to copy that. Whoa. What happened there? Wait. Don't save? What was that? Okay. It needs to be passed in a little bit further. Twitch command receiver. Wait, one more level. Why do we have so many levels? Some of this is already done. Let's see. Yeah, that's all done. Moscow Bish. Happy Tuesday. Trying to get our commands piped through. Are we going to have an issue here? Is the receiver clonable? Still have that there. Run inner. Okay. Yeah, it moved already. we can put it in an arc. If this fails, we want that back. It's probably going to be too much to try to return it as part of the error. Let's look at Tokyo. Tokyo, yeah, that's where it was. Sync, modules, MPSC, receiver. Oh, technically this is an unbound receiver. So we pass the mutable, excuse me, the exclusive handle. Let's see, mute. Okay. Mismatch types. Yes, this should be unbounded receiver. Let's keep working up. Why is this even... We do nothing else in here. Why not just put that there? Oh, because here we're still in main. And here... Oh, I see. So, the module boundary, okay. What's special about run inner? Yeah, it's just, it's got all of the commands and everything. Okay. I'm fine with that. Can I borrow it as mutable? As it's not declared mutable. Okay. So now we have our channel for the commands. Run inner. At this point, we need to await for two different kinds of things. Tokyo. Select. So in this case, we would await one or the other. If we received the join, we would handle it. If we received the Twitch decoder message, we would call some function that we move all of this into. Okay. Let's look at Tokyo. Select macros. Pattern equals async expression if precondition. Okay, handler. So foo equals, sorry, command equals app commands dot, oh, what is that? Is that going to be like a next? And I forgot. So let's go into MPSC, unbounded receiver, receive. Okay. Oh, I see. Otherwise, it's closed. Ooh, if it's ever closed, we're in trouble. The app should just be shutting down, really. So if we drop the other end... Should be RECV. Okay. And we don't await that. Right, we let it have the future. And then at this point, we like handle app command or something, right? And we'll need to pass in the Twitch encoder. All right. Encoder and the command. And this, we probably need to await that. Okay. Oh, did we not enable the macro? There we go. Macros. Select. There's macros. We'll have our C command is equal to Twitch decoder or receive handle, let's say IRC command. Do we ever need, do we need the app handle? And then the command. Let's first do this one. No actions available. What? Just can't make, oh, because it's inside of, it's inside of a macro. Async function, boom, boom. So at the moment we do nothing. Just kind of stamp it out. We want Twitch encoder. Wait, what is the type of the Twitch encoder? Twitch encoder impl async write. Interesting. And then the command. This will be create Twitch app command. Okay. So if we received an app command, we need to do something with it. At this point, we need to join the channel. So let's move that code from here. Ooh, interesting. What if We're not ready yet. Should we pass is ready in? Simone del Popolo. Good morning, evening, good day, happy Tuesday. Welcome to the stream. Maybe we handle it here. Like, we can't do commands unless we're ready. Let's do it here. Diablo, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. If not is ready. No. If we're ready, let's do this. Not process app command. I see not. Okay, and which app command was it? Right, we need to know that. Mismatched. Oh, it's an option. Ooh. And if that's gone, then the app should just shut down. If return, should return. Okay. Let's log that. More of a warning. Oh, you were looking at Tauri earlier. Oh, sorry. I was a little behind on the chat here. Oh, it's 3:23 there. Nice. Nice. Do I need a connection state? Your object that will mutate? I think our connection state can be described as is ready. And the app just shouldn't progress far enough to the point where you could issue app commands before it's ready. Right, so we need to make sure that we don't transition from the login state to the chat state until IRC is connected. That's what I'm planning on. Haven't I faced more problems than issues? Is Tauri... Oh, so hold on. Let's look at this. Is Tauri worth considering yet? I think so. I think there's a really good class of problems you can solve with Tauri. And it's pretty good. That, and they just released a 2.0 beta alpha, whatever it was, that provides support for Android and iOS. Yeah, and with the working with Vim and VS Code, not so much. What I find is that I kind of go back and forth between like word processor mode and Vim mode. So sometimes I'll be much more efficient. The pieces that trip me up, I do dearly miss multi-Vim mode. There was a great plugin in NeoVim for multi-Vim, and I do miss that. I find Vim in the multi-cursor in Visual Studio, it feels a little lacking. Oh yeah, that. Oh, you subbed. Well, thank you. Oh man, welcome to the stream. Happy New Year. Welcome. Yeah, and let's take a look at that Android and iOS bit, because that also, I had like this plan that I was going to learn Tauri, right? And part of it's actually writing this app here, and because I knew that on their roadmap was Android and iOS, and I had a couple of like kind of lightweight game ideas that I wanted to implement, and one of them is a cross-platform Sudoku, because there's Sudoku that I like to play with my wife. Yeah, I think it was alpha or beta. Let's take a look. Where's their blog? Mobile, yes. Oh, Alpha Zero. So yeah, kind of bleeding edge, but hey, at least it's got a tag on it. It's not in the just the repo anymore. After many frustrating days in VS Code Vim, you just let GK of VS Code and use NeoVim. You let go of VS Code. For me, I got tired of configuring NeoVim. That was just it. I find it much easier to configure Visual Studio than NeoVim. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, is this the simulator? Oh, yeah, on an emulator, nice. Yeah, this is just great, right? And you get your little console. There's like a whole handful of little like useful app ideas that I've just been sitting on for a while. You hate modern app dev, but everyone wants their slow, buggy Electron apps. So Tauri looks like a valid alternative for us Rust users. I think that too. And, you know, there's a lot of effort in the Rust community to build a good UI framework. But, you know, a good cross-platform UI framework, it kind of already exists, right? So they're my real hands. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, they're huge. No, they're just close to the camera. They're like normal sized, really. So. It's good. It's good. It's I like the way that Tauri went. Like so huge. Yeah. UI without inheritance is hard mode. Yeah, I absolutely get that. Morning, Anti. How you doing? I also found it as a good way to practice other frameworks that I don't normally use, and so using things like Svelte and just, you know, staying sharp on technology and whatnot. I'm now like a back-end dev at the moment, so I want to keep those skills up, and this provides a nice way to do it. Rust traits could be perfect here. I mean, they absolutely could, and it really, I think, depends on what you're used to, right? Oh, working up your workday. Nice. You had hard times getting along with dynamic arrays in C. C was like the first language I really, really liked. And oddly enough, it took like, what, 12 years, 13 years before I found like Erlang. And then I really liked Erlang. So... that should kill that. Okay. Yeah, I like C++. Oh, app command. It doesn't implement debug. Yeah, Erlang is love. Erlang is, it's like speaking some of the Romance languages like English, French, German, Spanish, but then having to learn a language where inflection is important, right? And I can only imagine that it's like trying to learn Japanese when you've learned all of these Romance languages, right? Because like Erlang is just so different, but it's really great in its own ways. Are there linked lists in Rust? Oh, I thought that was something. Yes. I'm gonna hesitantly say yes. Yeah, linked list. Yeah, and you generally see people using vectors much more than linked lists. So unless you know that you have a great use for a linked list, yeah. If you're doing a lot of insertions in the middle, maybe it's going to be faster. This reminds me of a video game. This music here. What game was that? Oh, I don't remember what it was. Yeah, let's close that. Back to studio. Let's see. Handle RSC command in the scope. Yeah, you're right. Let's go make that. Have a result there to do. Okay. Now our app handle, it's going to be the same thing. App handle. And IRC command. What is IRC command? Okay. Let's go look. What's this complaining about? Oh, our return type. Okay. What is it here? No, it's not that. Commands. Where is that one? It's in Twitch chat. Oh, it's commands here. Did I? Oh, okay, it's imported already. Oh, it needs a lifetime. Now we're going to move this giant blob into there. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I should have put that. We need the app handle still for dispatching and is ready. What do we want to do with this state? We could try to handle is ready out here. Or we pass immutable reference to is ready there. Is joined. Let's just pass it through. Oh, does that doesn't need to be a mutable handle, does it? That's silly. Okay. The trait is not implemented. Does it need to be mutable? Wait, manager's not implemented for that? I thought it was. Oh, hold on. That's a reference. It does not need to be mutable. It was double borrowed. That's the problem. Let's clean up those double borrows. Okay. Which encoder? Oh, we got a ping pong. Okay. I don't like the way that this function is coming together. App handle, is that already borrowed? It is not, okay. Good evening and happy Tuesday. Okay. So what's the error? Expected app handle unknown. Found app handle T. Oh. Where this is for a manager? Is that right? Missing generics. It's not manager, it's system? What is it? Context? No. Runtime, it's runtime. So where T is a runtime, let's rename T to R. It's a runtime. It gets an R. Okay. IRC command. Oh, it's a result. Oh, what do we do with that? What do we get if that's not correct? Right? What had we been doing? I thought we copied like the whole body into here. Okay. IRC command. Let's say if let okay. Oh, we want the error. Okay. Match IRC. Let's do it the other way. Let's say IRC command dot match. What? supposed to be like a autocomplete thing. Oh, we're in a macro, right? So it doesn't work. So this will be either okay with the RC command. And then we handle that. Or it'll be error. And we should just log it. Oh. No, we have a logger somewhere else. We just want to raise that. Let's do this differently. Send. Mutable reference, okay. What? Send exists for mutable reference, but its trait bounds were not satisfied. Oh. Send sync and unpin on async write. So this here, Twitch encoder. And what is our type here? Okay, now we're back into Errorville, which is great. Our warnings have gone, or our errors have gone away. Okay, so we have app handle. Boom. So what do we do if we're trying to join? Let's look at this. No longer need to toggle that. It's protected up higher. App handle. Oh, do we need that? We do. To dispatch. Let's add app handle. R, where R is a Tauri runtime. And channel. Where do we get channel from? Mutable reference of Twitch encoder. Need a macro for our send sync on pin. Okay. Now we need to pass the app handle. All right. Yep. Gonna leave that warning. Let's take a look at what we did. Okay, so run inner. We're now selecting and waiting on two different event sources. One for the app commands, so we can tell the Twitch connection to join different channels. And then we're also listening on the Twitch decoder, so if we're getting IRC messages in, we see them. So either one of those. Now, when we get a join, handle that here. This is the wrong thing here. I'm glad we looked at this, because here we're sending IRC ready in the Twitch join. Okay, so we'll probably have to look at that. So we mark ourselves as ready, dispatch that. So the rest of the application knows that we're ready. And that was in join before, so we'll see. This is the result, the response of a join happening. It says, hey, you're good, you joined. Clear chat, clear message, ping. We send pongs back, and then our private messages. Clean that up a little. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Okay. Which RC ready? Let's see who's using this. Who's using this? RC command, that's where we are. Nobody? Go to the event and check the JavaScript side. We are. Okay. So in status, we listen for that event. That's this little thing like way up at the top there. It says in channel, Mr. Halsey. That's the status thing. I don't even know if it's going to ever receive this the way I'm thinking about changing it. So that might change. Okay. Fix me. Does IRC ready happen too early now? Not too early. Happen earlier. Okay. Let's close that. Okay. Now, if we go all the way back to main, we have this join channel command that can be called from JavaScript. Okay. So here in our JavaScript code, we're going to use the Tauri invoke function to invoke a command by name, and we will pass it some data. Okay. Now, if we go back to main, that data, I believe, can get deserialized. Right? And what do we want to call this? This is channel. What was it called? Quick commands. We're calling that channel name. Let's call this channel name. String. And let's just debug something here. I don't remember how we do the deserialization piece. I'm hoping it's an object that has properties, and the properties get matched to the pieces here. But Tauri is in a separate thread, I believe. I think there might be some cases where you end up on the same thread, but generally you communicate more or less asynchronously, like by message passing is how it feels to me. Right? Like this join feels like it's more of a passing a message. And there is some sort of locking, because here in JavaScript you end up awaiting it. I guess locking is not the right word, but JavaScript does await at this point for the result of this invoke. So we could return something at this point. And let's log channel name. I don't know what this is going to be. Oh, and we can do this way. The nice pretty version. Okay. We need to get the state that's holding the other end of that command channel. So let's grab that from the app handle. What do we call it? Twitch app, Twitch command sender, something. I don't know. Oh, we're not storing that anywhere. Because we need to ask state for a specific type. So a type goes there, then it will return that type to us here. Okay, let's go look in state. I'm going to close everything else. It's getting a little busy. And main. Which app command? That's funny. Main. I was calling it Twitch command sender. We're just making a type so that their type system can, can hold on to it. Because they store the state identified by the type of the state. So if you say, store this for me, it has to be unique from all the other types that you've asked for it to store. A pub sender, and that's going to be Tokyo sync MPSC, the unbounded sender of create Twitch app command. We need to bundle that up and store that. This guy here. And we will ask it to manage one of these things with our, what did I call it? Was it sender? Goodness. Sender. Okay. So now we can store that and we can get it back later and ask for it. Do we need, let's see, Twitch command sender is clone, copy, it's everything, right? Or rather, the unbound sender. Yeah, it's clone, it's debug. Well, it's clone for where T is clone. Let's make sure we got clone and copy set up on this. And we will ask for state Twitch command sender. So that will return that. Oh, this one is too sleepy. Change the music. All right. So we get the command sender. Unused variable. Yeah, we'll get there. Twitch command sender. Dot sender. Send. And what's our message? So we will send the message. Message is going to be Twitch app command, join, and channel name. I say it's never used. I agree, because we did not register that. Ooh, thank you, Clippy. Where do we register that? Here, generate handler. Join handle. There it is. Okay. Start backend does not take any extra commands. What about OAuth? Start login? No, it doesn't. Okay. Looking pretty good. Method blocking kind exists for a result, but its bounds were not satisfied. Invoke error. Okay. Result kind. Blah, blah, blah. So can we just give it a normal result? I don't think that we actually need that, but that was an example from earlier, wasn't it? Okay. The argument from JS in invoke Tauri function is directly mapped into command function argument. I'm not sure. That's what we're going to discover. I know I figured this out once before. We could look at Tauri's documentation guides here. Building, distribution, development. Not getting started. Quick start. No, don't care. Testing, building, distribution. Wow. Features. Calling Rust from front end. Here we go. So passing arguments. Here we go. String. Okay. Arguments should be passed as a JSON object with camel case keys. Wow. Arguments can be of any type as long as they implement deserialize. Interesting. And it does look like they are mapped by the name. So we need to take into account camel case. I think I called it. Have I ever used IntelliJ? Idea ultimate C line for Rust? I have not. I haven't. Interesting. Oh. So I don't really have any experience with it. So it looks like we're on the right track here. If we go back to, was it quick command? Channel name needs to be camel case. Okay. And then in main, join channel, channel name, lowercase, or rather, snake case. Unused result. What sort of result do we get? A send error. Oh, why don't we just return that? Oh, what would we do if we returned that? So if this fails to send, so the front end is saying, join this channel, and the back end says, can't. Why wouldn't it be able to? If it's half closed. So if the IRC side was closed. So if the other end of this channel was dropped, then we can't send. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. If let error. I'm going to log this because strange phantom bugs usually exist because you swallow errors. Right. Something just wasn't logged loud enough. Now send Twitch command. All closed. And this will be Oh, well, we know what the command is, right? It cannot send Twitch IRC join. Argument passed by value, but not consumed. I don't know if we could tell it that we just want to borrow it. No, we can't. It's the macro. Okay. Okay. Let's try it out. Let's see how we did. We're no longer automatically connecting to Mistrology, to my channel. We still dispatch when it's ready. What does login do? So this, once we're authenticated, interesting, we might want this to change. Let's see. We invoke that. And why are we doing this on a timeout? I should have commented that. Logging it into Twitch. Please select a channel to join. Let's see, if I give it a message now, we don't see anything. Mr. Halsey. Connecting. Yep. Still no message. Okay. Let's dig for errors. What happened? Yeah, WebSocket. Okay. And what about here? Getting our IRC and emote stuff. Okay. That's where we started. IRC connecting. You know, capabilities. Blah, blah, blah. We got some heartbeat and stuff. Does it just take a moment? Well, the heartbeat's for a 7TV. Are there any chance to tracing instrument in Tauri app? Maybe on the Rust side, but usually tracing is. I guess you could probably set up like a console tracer. Or if you're going to make some sort of connection to like a large tracing infrastructure, you could probably do that because it's just available in Rust code. You might have trouble tracing the JavaScript code though. Here, it's like we're inside of this channel. But we're not getting the messages. Okay, that message came through over here on the right, but it didn't show up here. Is that because I turned off the logging? Probably. Go figure, right? I turned off the logging. Here. Let's turn that back on. But what we can, so one thing that we can do right away is log something to the console here. Oh, is it right that the channel name contains a pound? That's a great question. I believe so. So like here. I think it has to. And because it's IRC, and IRC channels always begin with a pound. Yeah. And it does give us the room state, and this room ID looks okay, it looks correct. The only difference between these might be the speed of the code in runtime mode. So you might actually have faster lookup using the kind of square bracket syntax notation as opposed to the function call notation. But I'm not an authority on that. That's kind of what I remember. It's been a while before I've had to reason through that. For some reason, I'm thinking that in debug mode, this one's bounds checked, and I don't know. I don't want to say too much, so I don't want to get it wrong. But I think you probably see where I'm going. Probably something we could look up on the Godbolt. Let's see, this is Rust code. So let's say we just had some function, doesn't return anything. We have a okay. Oh, let's bump the font size up there. Okay. Oh, where is it? I thought there was a way to. It might just be getting compiled out. So here's. Iterator was doing like, okay. Your vector is starting at x minus 1, and it wasn't happy going negative. Yes, it'll never be happy going negative. Though it was properly checked to not be negative. Oh, interesting. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Is it not going to tell us our uprint line? Did it inline that? What is it? RA, ESI, RAX. I don't know. Here's. What is it doing here? No, okay, so this here, it is doing the lookup. So it's calling the same function. And then if we said on our compiler options, this is a fun tool to go exploring Rust code. Yeah, indexes they look like they're going to be just fine. I was just thinking like what you're actually doing. Oh, interesting, they have the GCCRS snapshot. Huh. Anyhow. This is fun. I like this website. I need to back away from this. I'll get lost in there. Just like I get lost with some other stuff. Like this one. Slowly trying to expand out this image. All right. So let's get back to the code. Now, we were trying to join a channel, right? And so I think we actually joined the channel. However, we don't know if we were getting messages over to the JavaScript side. So let's look at the message store and see if we're actually receiving a message. So in this case, we can just log this event. New message, event. Okay. And then sending a message through. Hey, you're welcome. Where is our... Oh, we did receive a new message. Ooh, look at that. Okay. Perfect. So we are getting messages through. So why are they not showing up? Is the join not correct? Can we look at... Let's look. Something's not wired up. And it might be messages. Messages here. Now in this case, how do we even debug that? Let's see, test. Okay, nothing there. This is the part of the Tauri the Tauri app development that I find a little frustrating, and that getting insight for why a component did not do something can be challenging. So we are not looking at this one. This is if you didn't have a channel. This is what we saw earlier. And if we looked at this one, we have the current channel, we have the message store. Oh. Yeah, we need a list of channels. Interesting. And then messages here. So our message store should be based on the current channel. Right, and that's coming from the params for this route. And if we look at the route, it has this little channel marker in it. And that's actually in the file system. You have little square brackets, right? We still need to manage how many channels we've joined. We haven't done that yet, but that shouldn't limit us from seeing the messages. Huh. So we are receiving a message. Let's go back into the message store. When we receive a message, we need to get the channel and then push that data in. That's 2. Okay. Channel. Mr. Halsey. Channels, plural. Oh, there's 2 different ones. Why are there 2? I thought we had this working. Yeah, she... Is it... Song. Next song. What do we do with this? Which one's correct? They're stores, so we can't peek inside of them. But the one that we're currently looking at is incorrect. We haven't changed this code, and this code was working before. Pretty dot files. Ooh, my bot's down currently. Gonna do this manually. Source. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's Xenocron's dot files. No. So the pretty dot files were actually dot files that Xenocron had. He had great examples of dot files. And Xenocron, if you're in here, you might toss a link in. But I don't have your dot files with the bot off. So I'm guessing that the pound, Mr. Halsey, that one there, with the hash, Mr. Halsey, that's the right one. And what we're currently looking at is the other one. How can we validate that? So if we go back to here, is it this one? No, that's login. Where's the other page? This one? Yes. Current channel might be incorrect. Let's see if we can figure that out without stopping the app. Current channel is passed into quick commands. So let's look at quick commands, and we'll set a breakpoint and look at channel. Where do we want to set the breakpoint? Let's let that run. Commands. Ooh, there's 3 of them. It's this one. So if we just set a breakpoint there and handle command, and because it's Halsey versus Mr. Halsey. In this case, see what was do we not get the capture state? What is custom event command? That's not the channel. What's the channel? Okay, so it was without the pound, the hash, I don't know, pound hash, whatever. Okay, so where's that bug then? Is that bug in our join logic? Just delete some of these breakpoints. Keep going. Yeah, now we actually see it. So we need the pound there. So when we did the join, oops, wrong file, Visual Studio. Let's go in here, quick commands, channel commands. We say go to switch URL. And that's done at the very end. That's odd. So let's say we did I don't know. Rockerbill. Right. Play. So our value does not have that. And what about our route? Location. It does currently have the hash. Join Rockerbill. Undefined is not an object. Select that svelte. Undefined is not an object. Strange. In this case, we joined Rockerboo, and it joined correctly. However, when that's done, we're supposed to come back through and actually select the Rockerboo channel. I don't have Rockerboo in my static list, so let's add Niwa. All right. Join, go. So after that, after we do the join, it's like the state isn't quite right. Let's log that. Let's go to page. Console log. Current channel. There. It looks very modern. That's whatever the web view is that it's using. So if you're on maybe a Linux system, it might be Firefox or Chromium. If you're on Mac, it's going to be WebKit. If you're on a Windows machine, it's probably going to be Chromium. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Let's just restart it. If I do reload, it doesn't work well. Logged in. Oh, it's in its funky state. No. Cancel. You're about to leave Twitch. That's fine. Oh, it uses WebKit GTK. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's neat. Still in that state. Weird. Conquer has come a long way, hasn't it? Everybody remember Conqueror with a K? K-O-N-Q-U-E-R-O-R-E-R? It's come a long way. It became WebKit. Here, let's see if we can find it. K-O-N-Q-E Conqueror. O-R, okay. Engines, WebKit. Does that mean Chrome is Conqueror too? I don't know. Here's GPL2, which, I mean, Apple would never adopt that. Yeah, it ran the renderer, but a long time ago, right? I don't think this is actually all up to date. Like historically, like do they have a history on this? See also, I mean, this is more of kind of current state. 20 years ago, yeah. 26 years ago. Because I thought WebKit was actually kind of spawned out of the core of Conqueror. That's kind of how I remember the history of it. But as all histories, right? The history is, ends up being what, the one that's told the most. So I'm gonna pour some hot water. I brought some hot water out here. Freshen up my tea. I remember using Conqueror because if you developed for Conqueror back in 96, 97, 98, or way back when, right, it was the most standards, like explicitly standards compliant browser there was. So you could just target Conqueror and you'd have an easier time getting it to run on IE and Firefox. Or it wasn't called Firefox at that was, it's Mozilla. What the browser? What was the Mozilla browser called 25 years ago? Was it just Mozilla? All right, that was that. Okay, just Mozilla. Okay, inspect console. Current window, current channel. That, which is incorrect. Here it's Mr. Halsey. Here it's Musean. And if we tell it to join Mr. Halsey, then it's wrong. Oh, that's interesting. Where did... I might know. Let's see, it's... Okay. It's going to be in quick commands. But it's going to be where we create the channel action for join. Not there. See, in this case, we're handling them in the same way. So it can't be at this location where the bug is. It has to be where the other location for join is. Here. And this new channel needs to have a hashtag on it. Like so. So in this case, if we say Mr. Halsey, we say join Mr. Halsey. Now it's correct. And we get the messages. Perfect. Okay. So we can now tell it to join channels, and it will join channels. But now we need to start to track those channels. Join museum. And where do we do that? It's going to be in the page here. This is our channel list currently. It doesn't exist. So we could store that. We could store that in local store. But who should manage the state for that? I'm thinking of just letting JavaScript do it, because it has all the facility to join multiple channels. It could join the first one, the second one, the third one, and show whichever one it wants. Okay. But where do we tell it to start to join? Because we need to make sure that we don't call join before it's ready. And it emits an event when it's ready here. I'm using local storage. So here, let me show you where we're using that, because it ends up being this really, I don't know, I'm kind of taken with it. Local store here is a svelte storage object that is backed by local storage. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And Moscow Bish made this. Morning, Tommy. How you doing? You moved to IndexedDB because you learned on Mac they don't always save local storage when the browser reboots? Wow. Locking and reading performance. Interesting. I've never actually used IndexedDB because I was behind like the wall, the iron curtain that IE imposed. Want to hear the news? Whoa, you ditched Nixos for a stupid reason and probably won't go back. You'll probably still use the package manager, but not Nixos itself. Oh man. I mean, I'm surprised. Connecting to a database. Local forage. GDK plus package config can only be called when entering a Nix shell and not globally. Oh, interesting. GTK3, gotcha. Huh. What's IDB? IndexedDB, but with promises. Huh, interesting. Well, that's neat. Yeah, if we ever run into those problems you're talking about, I don't think we're going to have performance problems. Just storing a couple things and reading a couple things at not very often times. But if it's not saving, that would be an issue. Okay. Let's see. Let's start that. Let's start it. There we go. We got the star. What's next? All right, we have Svelte Store. We're going to use that. Oh, but we're going to look at IRC ready. When do we do that? Do we handle that in the message store? So we could. Well, yeah, let's do that. Which IRC ready? Oh, but what is the command? We need that. Okay, let's find the Rust version of that. Is that in events? It is. Let's grab this. Might be a Safari specific thing. Well, that's what I use all the time. Well, with this here. Okay, so when we have that, we want to join the channels that we were in before. Yeah. So happy with your new desktop and NeoVim setup? Where did I have that type? It wasn't in here. Main? No. Oh, it was in channel state store. So when that event happens, we just call channel state store, we get the channel state, and resubscribe to all of those. Okay. So message store. Equals that. Odd. Okay. It's exported. So we got that imported. We have channel state store. Now we need the channels. Channel store dot. What's on that? What's that type? Subscribe channels. Or do we have to call get here? I don't remember. You even created the wallpaper yourself. Nice. Let's take a look. That's a cool wallpaper. Yeah. Well, that reminds me, we're in the middle of creating a wallpaper too. For the background for the stream. I didn't even look at the file contents. I was so enamored with the penguin. So we're almost done with this. Hold on. Just a couple more. Actually, I don't like that one so much. Let's undo. Undo. See, it had that black bar on the left. I don't want a black bar on the left. And I had screwed up when I got to the top here. I didn't recognize that it had a white bar at the top. and I went a couple, and then we got to this little planet thing in the background. I'm like, okay, I'm keeping that. And so the top is kind of foobarred here, but the rest looks good. I like this, and that you can just kind of see, like, you can just explore it. Oh, if I put a penguin up as the background, man, people are gonna wonder. That is cool. That's a cool penguin. So kudos on that. All right, this thing's done. Let's save it. Save image. 5, 6. Save that. All right. So we should be able to go to it here. It's not that one. Oh, did it not load them? Let's see, properties. That should work. Huh. Is this it? Is that the same one? That looks like it's just way too, like, zoomed in on that. Is that the same thing? No, that's the sky scene. Or it was the sky scene. Save image. Zach. Was this supposed to be... to... we do icons? There we go. I think I saved it as the wrong one. It was supposed to be 5. Save it over 5, replace 5. Then we'll delete 6. Oh, and I can't delete from this menu? Oh, fine. Alright, we need another background. Very steampunky? Yeah, futuristic city. Let's see, what was the other one? The other one's pretty cool. It's like it didn't reload it. I'm pretty sure that I just overwrote it. I just want to make sure before I get rid of that. Yeah, 5 and 6 are the same. I'm moving 6 to the trash. Okay, it's updated. It's just OBS doesn't know that. Okay, let's see. Steampunk garage. Lots of detail, warm colors. Ships. I don't know. Let's see. Ears. Pressure gauges. Tanks. Oh. AU. Okay. I gave up on Oh My Zeesh because the startup time was horrible. Yeah. Now, how was your last year? My year ended well. It's a nice vacation. I have considered different models for diffusion. The problem I have though is that this app, Diffusion Bee, had some errors in that I couldn't load new models into it. let's see, what version am I on, and what version is available for download? About. It says 1.5.1. It doesn't tell us. This is the same version. Oh. So there was a bug in GitHub I found. Can be happier, yeah. Kids are healthy. Oldest one is in her last year of school. Dang. Yeah, I got some just entering. New car. Oh. Decent trajectory, man. What is this? 020 released. I thought it was like on... It was on a much newer version, right? So 1 does something. Yeah, 1.5. Why do they still have this pinned? September? Who knows? Yes, maybe unpin this ticket? Might be under Diffusion B custom models. Could be. Oh, in the previous code. Well, I'm going to pause on that. And... oh, look at that. That's intriguing. What do I think of this one? Make it a little larger, please. Thank you. Could make a decent background. Let's do a different one. All right, back to the code though. While that's churning, where are we going to save these? Okay, when message store starts up, we could either subscribe or we could call get. Oh, this is in... see, we're in a module here. I don't get all the goodies. It's going to be here. Let's get... oh, from Svelte Store. That's where it is. A little ding. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you know what? Let's do server farm. Am I changing the size of the generated image? Second half improved everything. Yeah. I would rather have the later versions. Because I know they have, like, what, the 2.0 version out. But, hey, it's oh, I'm at 712, I think, or 7 something. By 7 something. I started at large so that I could do outpainting with less effort. Okay, so we call get the channels. Oh, subscribe channels. We do 4 on that. 4 each. Channel. And we do something. And in this case, we will invoke or join. Where was that? That was in quick commands. And where do we do that? Here. Maybe we should wrap that. We just tuck it into message store. Really? Oh. Or oh, what is for await of loop? Huh. I haven't seen that syntax before. It's image 1.5 and 2.1 are like completely different things at the moment. They changed to a new open clip instead of an OpenAI clip. So they had to retrain it from scratch. Wow. Is this image diffusion? Yeah, it's based on stable diffusion. This is diffusion B. Oh, interesting. Let's try again. Supports textual inversion better. And also depth maps in 2.1. Depth maps? Huh. Been tinkering with stable diffusion 1.4. Haven't tried 1.5 or 2.1. We've been running it locally. It's fun. It is really fun. And I show the kids. I'm like, wow, that's cool. And they want to like play with it. But so I actually gave them the links to that other website. Oh, we're not. JavaScript, which do I want? Do I want 4 in or 4 of? Which one is the one I want? Executes a loop that operates on a sequence of values stored in an iterable object. Okay. Fine. 4 of works. For const channel in channels dot subscribe channels. Web maps are great for animations. Oh, interesting. That does sound really nice. Oh, they're able to render 3D untextured. then input it to Stable Diffusion and texture it better. Oh my goodness. New project idea. Stable Diffusion UI in Rust using TensorFlow bindings and Tauri. Yes. Yes. I think Rockeroo is already working on that though. Right? I can use like Blender to make depth maps. That's cool. I must say, Rust bindings to PyTorch look horrible. Morning, Kafka. 4 of. Gotcha. Thank you. Just gives the indices. I use the array function so often, but have not been able to use the async JavaScript, like the await and so forth. Working with this library, you run into friction in that you want to generate 3D from Rust to feed into Stable Diffusion. You're having to faff around so much. Ultimately, it's easier to keep it as a separate process, it seems. Huh. Not fully complete yet. Hey, look. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, neat. Okay, we need to keep track of this because we might end up using this as one of our tasks eventually. Let's take this. Where is it? We want to be able to identify languages, programming languages better. Right? We could try to just train a model based on downloading a bunch of different source code from GitHub. Then you train the model on it, and then you have the ability to potentially identify programming languages for syntax highlighting. You're making an indie game. Oh, first-person shooter. Custom engine. Render scenes in your engine. Then run diffusion to texture them. Ooh. That's interesting. All right. So in this case, when we get IRC ready, then we join a bunch of things. Quick command, let's drag that over here. Say channel name. Invoke. Yep, that's it. So we got invoke. Now we need message store. Oh, it's coffee time. Thank you.
I don't know when coffee time's supposed to be.
Cheers, man. Oh, yeah. It's hot. Copy link. Let's take a look. Stable Diffusion built into the Blender shader editor. Dream textures. That, yes, I've seen this before. That. Wait. No, I have not seen this. I saw like a thing where you could ask Blender for a certain kind of texture, not something like this. Oh, wow. That is crazy cool. Very encouraging. Yeah, it looks like it. Krieger. Reminds me of Archer. Krieger. Fully textured 3D game. Generate the textures at runtime to reduce file size. Wow. Does seem pretty neat. AI diffusion right now takes up a lot of GPU memory. Yeah, and depending on who your target is, though, it might just work, right? If you're building a game and you're targeting people with high-end GPUs, right? Why not just let it crank there for like 10 minutes, right? Like, yeah, that I agree with this here. And that it's much more about having indie developers be able to make projects more easily. Yeah. Especially good looking projects, right? Like I might have certain skill sets. I have certain skills. And you don't want to get like, find some sort of weird checkpoint, like choke point where you just can't work on a project because your skills aren't there, right? And for me, getting into Rust, much easier than getting into Blender. And if anybody remembers us, we did get into Blender and we learned Blender. And I've forgotten it now. So. Why isn't Stable Diffusion like 15 gigabytes in download? It is. Oh, I see I get your point now. Because you have to download the models. Well, 15 gigabytes a lot smaller than 100 gigabytes. Or a terabyte. Right? Next generation games, right? Terabytes of data. Yeah, when you're generating a world that needs terabytes of data, 15 gigs is a steal. All right, we bookmarked that. 4 of. Where's our... Ew, that one's kind of cool. Yeah, let's work on that one. So we'll save that image. Let's see, 006.png, save. Take this, out painting, drop in that. Reset, add image, 006, boom. Where do we want this? Kind of middle here, yeah. Then we take this, start to fill it in. Oh. 1 gigabyte of handcrafted art would be better than Stable Diffusion would generate. More expensive to make, absolutely. You only play 15 megabyte indie games, right? Oh, it didn't have the prompt. Oh, because I hit reset. All right. Let's see if we can finish this real quick. Where are we at? Here. Join channel. We need to import that message store. Command value. All right. If channel name dot get was it char at 0 is not equal to, if it's not equal to pound, then channel name equals pound so we can clean that up. Always join channels. Let's see, channels always with a pound sign. Maybe this is something we should push up to the consumer. I don't know. At GLTF scene and outputs texture panoramas. Yeah. You do have a web version ready. Oh, that's cool. Right, so this might be working. Let's run it. I don't remember which channel we were in last time. Log in. Authorize. Uh-oh. Inspect elements. Why did it not change? Delete that breakpoint. Oh, and we need the channels for the list. That no. I don't know, do we just go like arbitrary? Just let it fill it in? Let's see where it goes. All right. Back to the studio. So this here. Let point channels equals channel store, channel state store. I'll just call it channel state store then. Channel state. And then here, this is $channel state dot subscribe channels. Okay. There. Oh, do we have any state storage? Channel state. Okay, so last time I said we were in Museum's channel and that we're not in one now. Don't know how I feel about the hash being encoded there. It's okay. See what happens. Mr. Halsey. Join Mr. Halsey. Test. Okay. Can we refresh? Where's the refresh button? Okay, now it says Mr. Halsey. Oh, but we're not appending to joined channels, are we? So we need to do that when we join a channel. We need to append to that as well as set it. Was quick command. It's for the selected channel. Okay. Join channel. And if that succeeds, channel store dot update store. We'll push the new channel on there. Channel name. And then return store. Now we cannot remove a store. What's that? Try again. Or we can't remove one. Okay. Oh, it's in a bad mood. Join Mr. Halsey. Inspect. Go to storage. Local storage. Yes, okay. Interesting. This one doesn't have that. The time is upon us. Actually, let's take a quick look at that, and then I gotta run. Was this all generated? Like the textures? Looks cool. Fail. Sadly, I have to run. I'm late. I'm late for a very important date. Let's raid Prime. Did they make a new Krieger? I don't know. It's your own little poly art. Oh, very cool. Oh, it looks nice. I like that game. Just shoot. All right, y'all. I gotta run. So, till next time. Bye-bye.